Hi, I'm Donna, and welcome to my retirement journey. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, I'm so glad to see you. My channel's still pretty new, and I'm so excited to see that people are actually watching me. So I'm hopeful that my content is worth your time because that is important. Today, I thought I would talk about my budget for August. I did a little budget review in early July, and that was really popular. So I thought I would start doing this monthly. And for July, our budgets are different every month. I have my base budget. I talked a little bit about that last month. And I have about $1,100 a month that is for housing. It covers my mortgage, my utility bills, gas for the car, really the things that we have to have every month. And then I have my groceries, and I have a few other things that I have in my budget. And some of these vary a little bit. And one example was in June. In June, I got new eyeglasses and I had a dentist appointment. So that was about $300. And I had the money for that because I knew it was coming up. In July, I really didn't have any unplanned expenses or new expenses. So I decided July would be clothes buying month. And I'm not a big clothes person. I'm really not. And I needed some underwear. You guys probably don't understand all this, but I needed some new underwear. So I decided July would be that thing I needed to do. And I got a Kohl's 40% off coupon in my email, and I thought, oh, this will be good. So I went to the store and I bought my underwear. And I had enough money that I found a couple cute little tops that were on clearance. And I got to thinking, my pillows are probably a couple years old. So I bought 2 new pillows. And with my 40% off coupon, I spent $156. And the total before the 40% off was... I've gone blank. I saved $99 with the 40% off coupon. So I think I did pretty good. And I do have a little extra money at the end of the month. I got my electric bill in the mail, and it had doubled what it was last month. Not August. The bill is due in early August. But this past month here in Indiana, it's been really hot. And so my bill was higher than I thought it would be. And I even went online. I saved my bills online. And my electric bill was $20 higher than it was a year ago. So I've got that little extra. And I had talked about last month is I created my own little budget for utility bills. So I budget $110 a month for both electric and gas. And if I've got money left over, I put it into a savings account. And I'm glad I did because my electric bill was it will be higher for August. And that leaves me on a side note. I did not realize how cheap my electric and gas bills were. On Facebook, one of the TV stations had discussed how much different utility companies charged for their gas and electric. And my mom lives about 10 miles away, and I knew what her electric company's name was. And on average, she pays about $40 more a month than I do. It just said by the average customer. So I was glad to see that my electric bill is low. I'm not complaining about that. So my electric bill is going to be higher in August, and my car license plates are due in August. So I will have money set aside for that. And then I got to thinking about the fall. I got to thinking about my budget for September through December. And the fall is birthday season in my family. I have 6 grandchildren whose birthdays fall in between September and December. And I have 2 others that their birthdays are earlier in the year. And so in the past, I've always saved up budget like I do with the utility bills. I would set aside, I think for birthdays, I would set aside like $30 a month, and that would cover everybody. And I did the same with Christmas. I would budget, I'll just say, I budgeted $40 a month, and my budget was $500 for Christmas for everybody. Not a big gift giver, money-wise. Our family has focused on experiences rather than expensive gifts, and I think that is a good way to look at life. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I made the difficult decision this year since I'm retired. My oldest grandson turned 23 this year, and he'll graduate from college. I gave him money for college, but he didn't get birthday money this year. And I think I'm going to give them birthday money until through their 22nd birthday, and then they'll just get a card from me. At that age, I think they'll understand that Grandma doesn't earn as much money as she used to, and I hope they understand that. And the thing I want to convey more is that I love them a lot, regardless of how much money I give them for birthdays. And then Christmas, I haven't quite decided. I used to spend $500 a year on Christmas for everybody. I mean, my mother's still alive, my adult children, and my grandchildren, and I need to have a little heart-to-heart talk with myself to figure out what I'm going to do this year. I refuse to go into debt to spend money on Christmas and birthdays. And I think gift giving, sometimes maybe more for women, is kind of an emotional thing, and it's hard to separate the facts from the emotions. So I'm just going to go with that. It is later in the day, and I was editing my video and realized I really didn't say goodbye, so I thought I would add on a little bit. One thing I enjoy this time of the year is I love hearing the cicadas sing. I think that's how you pronounce them. And I don't know if it's a song or a buzzing noise, but I've always enjoyed listening to them. So I crack open the window a little bit and just enjoy the sounds of nature. And anyways, if you've made it through this whole video, I appreciate you sticking around and listening to what I have to say. I hope some of my comments were encouraging and maybe a little thought-provoking, especially as we approach the Christmas season and spending money. I do appreciate everybody listening to me, and my channel is growing by leaps and bounds, and I'm just so thrilled. I was afraid that nobody would listen to me, but evidently I am kind of interesting to some people, so I really, really, really do appreciate you watching. Have a good evening, everybody.